Hey all, good morning. I'm having the same glitch like yesterday. My Microsoft Edge is not being picked up. We got it sorted right now, so let's get started. So we have a slightly positive futures for Dow and S&P 500. Actually, S&P 500 was negative in the morning when I started looking at it, and right now it's just hovering between 0.01 and 0.00. Nasdaq is slightly negative, so everything is in kind of balance, waiting for clarity. April 2nd, so I am starting to take out some of my profits because I don't know what to expect on the 2nd of April. I'm going to take out some of my profits. Some of the headlines that are really jumping at me, the positive ones. Let us start with the positive. Google quantum exec says tech is 5 years out from a real breakout. This, along with what Jensen Huang said in the GTC recently about quantum computing, kind of makes it a little better for Rigetti, which I'm holding with a bit of a loss out there. So that's a good positive news I'm looking at. This definitely provides some kind of positive impetus for the market. The next one that really interests me is Amazon, which is testing shopping, health assistant, etc. as it pushes deeper into generative AI. To me, this means that more use cases are being created, and not only more use cases are being created, but these are the ones that will actually be monetized, because Amazon is good at monetizing them, and it has got the necessary assets like Alexa, and it could definitely showcase what AI can deliver in terms of increasing productivity and consumer experience. So I'm thinking this is the second positive catalyst that I'm seeing. But on the other side, we have some negative catalysts also. Recession is coming before end of 2025. Generally pessimistic corporate CFOs say, according to a CNBC survey. Now, this pessimism could also be coming because of the fact that we don't have clarity about the tariffs. So this could clear up probably after 2nd of April either way. And we have another news article from Reuters which highlights the consumer confidence report that we saw recently. It says rising fears of tariff pummel US consumer confidence to 4-year low. When US consumer confidence goes down, it will definitely reflect in the inflation statistics as well as PMI and other things, because if the consumer doesn't have the confidence that they're going to have a job maybe 2 months down the line, then they will start reducing their expenditure and keeping it strictly to the bare minimum. So eating out and those kind of discretionary experience and expenses will start falling off from the radar. And I think we'll see that in the jump in XLP. So we'll check that out when we are looking at the TradingView platform. So with that said, let's go and have a look at the futures. S&P 500 futures. I've also cleared up the charts out here by taking out all the extraneous lines that we didn't want. So it's less busy and we can clearly see what we want to see, because we are using a bunch of indicators. I'm just going to remove this other indicator I had, which was the exponential moving average. Let us get back to absolute basics and just look at the main lines that we have here. For S&P 500, we are having a red candle this morning. However, don't let the red deceive you. We are still above where we closed yesterday. So it's a net positive of 0.04%. And S&P 500 has a very crucial test today. This is the all-important resistance. If we break this resistance at, I'll say it's around 5860, then I think we are going to be going in for a rebound. That's my personal opinion, of course. And then I'll consider this to be more of a bull channel, because we would have retraced 50% of the drop that we had. And also this particular resistance is where we had multiple impacts. See, out here we had this trend reversal happening at this resistance level. So when the resistance comes in here, I consider it to be of great significance. And I'm thinking that once it crosses this, we'll be definitely on a rebound. We'll be held back by a little bit of this diagonal line of resistance, but then we'll cross the bridge when we come to that. So right now, that's what I'm thinking. Nasdaq futures is down 0.02%. Again, for Nasdaq futures, this is a very critical line of resistance at 20,640.50. You cross that, and I'll consider that we are going to be in a situation where we can look forward to a rebound. And that said, dollar index is again consolidating in a range for the last 3 days, so neither here nor there. 10-year yields are continuing to go up, and this is in anticipation of some economic problems. So stocks, money will probably move out from stocks and get into bonds for risk-free returns. That's what I'm thinking is happening out here. And then let's go on to look at indicators. Where did we leave S&P 500 yesterday? So yesterday we left S&P 500 at 5769.50 or 5776.66, and we were up 0.16%. And right now we saw in the futures we are slightly positive. So today we'll have to break through this line of resistance at 5779.03. So it's just 3 points away, and if we manage to break that and convert that into a support, then we are looking at a resistance of around 5841.29. However, if we did not manage to break through this, then we are going to come back down again, and we have very strong support from this diagonal line of support out here, and it's going to provide us support somewhere around 5703.03. I don't think S&P 500 will drop that much. The chances of it going sideways is much higher than a huge drop or a huge gain, because I think we are still waiting for the April 2nd verdict. So I don't see big green flags going forward anymore. I will see thin doji flags straddling this line of resistance out here at 5779.03. That's what I'm looking forward to. And then if you look at NASDAQ, NASDAQ was up 0.53% yesterday. And today, I think that the main resistance for it is going to be this diagonal line of resistance that we see here. And I'll also, for good measure, open up our exponential moving averages. The 20-day exponential is giving us support today, and the 50-day exponential, which is at 20,629.91, is the nearest resistance that I can see. So I think overall, let me just have a look again at the resistance out here. So I could probably put one resistance out here and color this as red. And this is at 20,284. So we are already above that. So I think I'll leave that line out there just as a potential support going forward. But that's where we stopped yesterday, and this morning we are just above it. So if we manage to go above that, then 50 days is the next line of resistance that we are seeing. Wix is down. Wix is up 1.05% as of yesterday, and this morning we are creating a green candle out here, and we are moving up from where we ended yesterday. I think we ended yesterday at 17.17, and we are up around 0.717 points. So Wix is bouncing up a little bit, but the 200-day exponential is out there to hold it back. I'm looking at no extreme moves today, just sideways. I would look at taking out some of the profits that I have in various counters. Dow Jones is up 0.01% as of yesterday, and we have a support for Dow Jones at 42,528. 42,528 is going to be the support today, failing which we have the 20-day exponential at 42,430 as a support. And on the upside, we have got resistance at 42,913, 42,913. So that's all we have out there, my friends. If you look at the put call ratio, it is still bullish in my opinion. And then let us go and have a look at gold. Gold is picking up steam. As I mentioned yesterday, it is still straddling this 9-day exponential moving average the way it has done all along in the past. So it moves very closely to it. So at the most it may go a little bit down, or it'll stay above that. So that's the range in which it's going to operate. But ultimately I think gold is going to go up in case we have some kind of a recession or something coming up. And then I'm going to go into AI. Let's get it done quickly. Let's look at NVIDIA. So in case of NVIDIA, what I'm seeing here is that NVIDIA is down 1.30% in pre-market trades, and it is being held down by the 200-day exponential, which is sitting at 120.83. This morning we are at 119.12, well below the 200-day exponential, and we have support from the 20-day exponential at 119.93. 82. I think we have fallen below that as well in the pre-morning trade. So the next support is going to be the 9-day exponential sitting at 118.65, which is this wavy red line that you see out here. So that's going to give us some support today. And if we fall below that, then we have this diagonal line of support out here. I'm thinking that we'll have to see NVIDIA go down if the market is supposed to go down. But if NVIDIA goes up, it's going to help S&P 500 to go up further. The strength that we are seeing in S&P 500 in the pre-market is basically because stocks other than the semiconductors are showing a little bit of strength out there. So it's the market breadth that is helping S&P 500. Now, with that said, let us go and have a look at Meta. Meta is looking strong. It's up 0.35% in pre-market trades. The main resistance for Meta is 630.10 today. And the big support that it's going to get is the 20-day exponential at 622.74. So that's the support that we have. And yesterday also we saw it being restricted by the 50-day exponential on the top and the 20-day at the bottom. I think today also we are going to be range bound within this range for Meta. Google is down 0.57%, and Google has got this heavy area of selling, which was earlier an area of support. So that's going to hold back Google. And the bottom of that is at 172.58. We are at 171.80. So the test for Google today will be to break into that area. If it doesn't do that, then the support for Google is going to be the 20-day exponential at 171.51. We are just 30 cents above it approximately. The next support for Google is going to be this horizontal line of support at 169.10. If I look at the MACD, it's got strength out there. Momentum is also just at average. So we'll see what happens when the market opens. I'm expecting a Goldilocks kind of a situation, a very slim candle at the end of the day with a couple of long wicks, one on the top, one on the bottom. This is a likely scenario until April 2, unless there is some hint of what's happening with the tariffs. Amazon is up 0.49%. I think there is a lot of positive going for Amazon. We saw the positive news article which talks about Amazon testing AI with health assistant, and it has already got assets where it can deploy it. So that's the positive for Amazon, and that's going to help Amazon today as well. And our resistance for today is going to be 207.87, and the support is going to be 203.39, which is the 20-day exponential moving average. Then let's go on to Apple. Apple continues to show a lot of strength. It's up 0.23% today, but today is the main test again. Yesterday we failed to break the combined resistance of the 20-day and the 200-day exponential moving average, and we got support from the 9-day exponential. The same configuration will stay for today if we are unable to break the 20-day and the 200-day exponential. Those exponentials are sitting at around 224.42, and this morning we are at 224.26. If we manage to break through here, then our next resistance is going to be 227.22, so we can expect a good jump out there. Then we go on to Microsoft. Microsoft is down 0.06%. It's got a support from the 20-day exponential, which will remain a support for today. It's got a good MACD, and momentum is also at average, and it has got resistance at 399.89. And for Microsoft, I'm expecting a slim candle again today with a very range-bound trading while we wait for April 2nd. And then you look at Tesla. Tesla is down 0.79% today. The big test for Tesla is going to be whether it's able to stay above 284.50. Right now it's at 285.90. If it manages to stay above this, I think we are in business. And I'm thinking that today we may probably form a slim candle out here, staying above the support of 284.50 and below the resistance of the 200-day exponential, sitting at 295.01. Given the headlines that we are seeing for BYD and the negative headlines that we are seeing for Tesla, and Waymo has moved into another new market in Washington, D.C. So Waymo is actually doing a lot of actual rides. It's making money out of automated rides, whereas Tesla has not even started. They've just got a license in California. They have not yet started making money out of it. So I'm thinking, given all of those things, if it was not for the fanboy effect, I would see Tesla coming down, but right now I would play it safe. I wouldn't go short on Tesla. I'll assume that it will stay above the support of 284.50. Next, let us look at Oracle, which is down to 0.28%, and it's going to stay above the 9-day exponential. And if it fails to stay above that, then I think this diagonal line of support will provide a support, and the drop can be significant. It can go all the way down to 149.52. Again, for Oracle, I'm expecting a slim candle, a very narrow range of trade. And if you look at AMD, after showing a lot of strength, it's losing ground a little bit. It's down 0.77% in pre-market trade, and it has got the support from the 50-day exponential at 110.82. That's going to be the support at which I think it will land. And then we look at SMCI, which is down 0.47%. It was riding this diagonal line of support, but today it seems to have fallen down in pre-market trades. So I'm thinking that this will get converted into a line of resistance. But for SMCI also, I'm imagining a very slim candle with a very narrow range of trade while we wait for April 2nd, day of liberation. And Broadcom is down 0.31%. I think Broadcom should stay above the 200-day exponential moving average. That's the best prediction I can do for Broadcom. And I'm also expecting a slim candle out here with a narrow range of trade. Palantir is down 0.05%. I think Palantir will have a good support out here, but there's a gap fill that it would like to do. And I'm thinking that the support for Palantir is going to be the 20-day exponential at 89.20, followed by 90.06, which is the 9-day exponential moving average. That's the support. And the resistance on the top is going to be 101.40. Semiconductor ETF, SMH, is down 0.33%. I'm still looking at this potential cup and handle pattern, but for today, I'm thinking that we may have a narrow candle out here for SMH while we wait for the April 2nd. And that's about it. That's all I'm going to talk about today in case of AI. And next, I would like to go into the currencies and look at Bitcoin and Ethereum. So Bitcoin USD combination, it's up 0.66% in pre-market trades. The fortunes of Bitcoin are tied with the stock market. So for Bitcoin also, I'm thinking that I'm going to look at a doji candle out here with a narrow range of trade, which is going to be restricted by the 20-day exponential on the top. 50-day exponential on the top, which is going to be 88,928 on the upside. And on the bottom, I'm looking at a support from this narrow line of support, or minor support, which is at 87,311. So that's the range within which I expect Bitcoin to move today. Where Bitcoin goes, so will Ethereum. Ethereum will have a narrow candle again today, which is going to be supported by the 20-day exponential at 2066. Right now, it's at 2070. But if the overall stock market falls because of any negative stimulus during the day, expect Bitcoin and Ethereum to fall along with the stock market. So that's what I have here for you, my friends. And if there's any thing that you want to discuss, we can take it up now. Or else I would like to end the live stream. So I'm going to wish you a very happy journey. Have a great vacation, and we'll see you back in a month. But if you get a chance to log in and if you get Wi-Fi, please join us for the live streams, and I'll be happy to see you there. And I don't know if Hot Dog has joined us, but we have a few people online. So if any of you have any points to make or any guidelines to give, it will be great, because I am also a retail investor. I'm also looking at your feedback, and I'm thinking of taking profits in all my counters, like Mag 7 counters where I have profits. I'm just going to take those profits and I'm going to sit back and watch. I've given up a little bit of FNGD, paring down my shorts. And I would like to take the shorts once we actually have a confirmed downward move, which is what I'm thinking is likely to happen going forward. We have had a relief rally, and the bears which were exhausted have now been replenished, and they should be starting the move downwards. And April 2nd could be the trigger. That's my thought process. If you have a contrary thought process, please put that in the chat so that I can consider them. With that, my friends, I'd like to bring this video to an end, or this live stream to an end, and I'll catch up with you again tomorrow. And for those who are genomics guys, I've already put a genomics video for you yesterday night. So every night I'm trying to put a genomics video looking at what happened in that day and projecting forward what would happen the next day. For genomics, again, I would predict a range-bound trade, and there'll be a little bit of gain for genomics. It could go a little green on counters like CRISPR Therapeutics and also Illumina. So check that out and catch up with you again tomorrow. Bye for now.